Okay. Okay, so hello to everyone. It's a pleasure for us. We are Gabriel Penedo and Andrea Juan. It's a pleasure for us to see you through these good things that is Zoom from every part of the world. And we are very, very happy these times to have Shane, Szabo, Christina Evans here. We are going to start in the alphabetical order. We start with Christina. Christina Evans is an Australian multidisciplinary artist based in Los Angeles, graduating from the Western Australia Academy of Performing Arts. Her work primarily layers physically film and raw emotional energy with a focus on environmentalism and feminism. The first performing artist to receive an Australia Antarctic Art Fellowship. Her works, Polarity and Body of Ice, explore the ice and climate change, receiving acclaim in Melbourne, Canberra, and Buenos Aires. Her multi-award-winning pieces, Toys, shed light on sex trafficking with sell-out performances across Australia, Los Angeles, and New York. Dancing with Tony Yap Company in Melbourne, her performances included opening Mad Fest in Malaysia. Experience in immersive theater and acting, she has film credits including smash hit The Sugar Film. Her latest work, Original Woman, was created here in Cantabria, Spain, upon receiving the Nueva Dársena Group Fellowship to attend Art in the Origin. So we start with Christina. Christina, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. Thanks to everyone for joining. I'll just start with, the experience that I had in Cantabria was just extraordinary on so many levels. Andrea and Gabrielle created a week, like this immersive week that was full of just deep creative freedom and connection and real support. And I feel I honestly evolved not only as an artist, but as a person too. So the original proposal that I had for this project began with this quote: "Wildlife and wild woman are both an endangered species." And that's a quote from Clarissa Pinkola Estes in the book Women That Run with the Wolves. I was feeling disconnected, and I just felt like there were these deep, dormant parts of myself, these like wild woman parts of myself that I felt connected to the ancient women before hundreds, if not thousands of years of feminine suppression. And I really just wanted to connect with them through my body, my cells, and my DNA, which literally connects us back through time to them. And then arriving in Cantabria, Gabrielle and Andrea were like, just try and let go of your proposal, let go of any preconceived ideas. And I'd already like come up with all these different metaphors and things I could do in the environments, all these ideas without even actually being there. They're like, let it all go. Go to these ancient cave sites, really connect and let that move you. And be in these natural environments and follow your feelings. And when I did that, this project just moved through me, and it took me on this incredibly deep journey of reconnection. So I'll share my screen now. Okay. So Original Woman. This text encapsulates the project. Reaching for her deep beneath, buried in the layers. Uniting with she. And all the parts of me. We are magic in nature. And this is what kept happening through this whole process, to follow your feelings. Okay. Born here. I was just naturally exploring birth and the original woman's beginnings on the first day. And this was an exploration of being born of the earth and born during the Ice Age. Reaching for her. I was really moved by the handprints within the caves and really exploring, like really reaching for the ancient women, reaching for them through layers of time, layers of rocks, layers of myself, and layers of grief. And to cracking open, really being moved by the cracks in the rocks, the cracks of time, and cracking the connection to my veins, and it energetically cracking my heart wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Christina, sorry. Sorry a moment.
That's okay.
The video has sound? Because we cannot listen. Maybe you must admit the sound of the video before sharing, just in case.
Oh, okay. It was very subtle in that last video.
Okay. And by the way, people, Christoph and Julia, please turn off your microphones. Thank you.
This is subtle too, but let's see if you can hear this.
Okay, perfect.
Did that one have sound?
No, it didn't. You should, I think that you should get out, stop sharing and start again. And when start again, you must click in a place allowing to have sound. It appears on the screen.
Okay. There we go. Sorry about that.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I just clicked it, so that should have worked.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, and the sounds in those videos were of natural waves, and it was all just very subtle. Next, we have United. We were in this beautiful area surrounded by waterfalls, and I was just standing there not knowing what I was going to do. And I just thought, this would be such a spectacular place for a wedding. And then I thought, I could marry myself. And as I thought that, I started to cry. And then I went up to several other artists and tried to explain to them that I wanted to marry myself, and I just fell apart. So I'm like, follow the feelings. This is it. So I collected wildflowers and I wrote vows to myself and held a ceremony.
I, Christina Margaret Evans, am here today to unite all parts of myself. I promise to love all of you, to love wildly, to create from my heart, and to love so deeply. I promise to trust myself. I am the magic. I am here to be the magic and to create the magic. I am fully connected to the earth and to the original women. I am one of them. I am an original woman. I declare that I am whole.
Hang on. Here we go. Which then led to She is Free. A dance of liberation on the beach. I was feeling so free. I'd taken the netting from the wedding and I'd knotted it to represent different, going back through time, and the original women with me wrapped around me, and this came through. We are one. The final day, we're in this spectacular sequoia forest. And on this day, I was wandering around for a really long time, just not knowing what to do, just trying to stay really open before putting down the red fabric and it coming together and feeling that I was truly becoming one with the original women, with nature, and with myself. And that is Original Woman.
It's amazing, an amazing work. Many thanks, really, Christina.
Thank you both. It's an incredible experience.
Okay, would you like to add something later after Jane talk? We talk it with the other artists. So, okay, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Yes, it is. Well, so we continue with Jane Szabo. Jane is a Los Angeles-based conceptual artist. Jane Szabo merges a love for fabrication and materials with visceral photographic images. Using handmade constructions and self-portraiture, she illustrates her personal experiences through an astonishing lens of self-exploration. Her work has been featured in solo shows at the Griffin Museum of Photography, Photo Relevance Gallery, John Wayne Orange County Airport, Museum of Art and History, Photo Museum Casa Coyoacán, Mexico City, Orange County Center for Contemporary Art, Yuma Fine Arts Center in Arizona, and Los Angeles Center for Digital Art. Szabo's art is included in the permanent collection of Los Angeles County Museum of Art, Museum of Art and History in Lancaster, California, Arte al Límite in Santiago, Chile, and private collections throughout the US and Europe. She holds an MFA from Art Centers College of Design in California. So many thanks, Shane. We are going, are you there?
I am here. I'm here and ready to go. So first of all, I just wanted to say what an incredible experience I had. And Christina, your work was just beautiful and fantastic. And so nice to see it and you in person again. Andrea and Gabriel, just the experience, I can't say enough good things about it. So I wanted to spend just a moment talking about what a residency experience is and was for me. I'm a little bit of a type A compulsive controlling person. I want to have everything planned and sorted out. And I really made an intention coming to this residency that I was just going to have zero expectations and open my mind to whatever was going to come to be. That said, I also knew I'm going to a foreign destination. I don't know what my materials access is going to be. So I wanted to pre-pack some props and supplies because I do like to construct things. So I came with materials and I arrived the first day and it's like, okay, where's the studio? I'm ready to get to work. I was ready to start building. I had an intention. I didn't know what I was going to make, but I knew I was going to start making. And I was promptly told, no, you're not allowed. You can't start building anything. And at first I'm a little taken aback, but I knew they were right. I was instructed, you can't start making anything. You need to first go and experience this place. And I will tell you that had I not opened my mind to that, I could not have made the work that I did make. And like Christina said, opening your mind to the experience, to the caves, to the history, really influences the work that we make in this place. And what's so remarkable to me is, though I've looked at the work that many, many, many residents have made on this residency experience, everything that we do is all unique and different because we bring our own ways of working and our own reactions and experiences to the place that we're in. So even though we're making it in exactly the same locations, the results are also radically different. And when I was told we're going to visit caves and see these things, part of my mind was, but I'm going to do art. I'm not here to do a history lesson. But again, I opened my mind and was absolutely blown away by that experience as well. And learning so much about the history, both of these hosts are just so knowledgeable about the early humanoid, the humanids, the history of art making was really informed the work that I made while I was there. In addition, on day 4, I admitted, okay, I cheated, I'm in trouble. I started making some videos. And they said, no, that's okay. You've done your homework. I had been writing for 4 days. I'd really been processing the thoughts and ideas that had happened while I was there. So I started writing, I started making videos, which is something I never do. And again, being in a residency that allows you to work differently, I think is hugely rewarding. So many residency experiences are go somewhere remote, lock yourself in a studio and just be by yourself and make art. I can make that same work at home. I don't need to go away to sit in a studio and work by myself. And the value of this residency is that it was an engaging experience. We had somewhat nightly discussions. We talked about our ideas, and nobody tells you what work to make, but they question your thought process. And that act of questioning helps you gain clarity of the work that you're making. So to me, a guided supported residency is really the best experience one can ask for. So I started making the videos, I segued into taking pictures, and the result was sort of this, in my mind, this cumulative experience of imagery and text and video, perhaps as a full installation. And I think we could begin by starting by showing some of the still images from the series that I created while I was there.
Yes, perfect. Let me see.
And if we scroll through these, I can just sort of explain, you know, I came to Spain. I think I bought a package of 130 balloons in a variety of sizes. And I had this vision that I was going to make hundreds of globes. You know, originally I thought I wanted to travel with a globe, but that wasn't going to fit in my luggage. So I said, no problem, I'll make my own when I get there. And then I realized it really wasn't about quantity, that I can engage with one object. It was the ideas that mattered more than this creating this enormity of objects. So I built my own globe, and I was really thinking about our relationship to the earth, our relationship to the planet, what we're doing to our ecosystems, and my connection to that. And we can scroll through things. And the first, you know, my assignment was basically just go walk, be in this space. And to have the time to really just sit and marvel at nature was really part of this experience that was so moving to me. And just looking and seeing and listening and engaging. And I was also thinking about this last night, you know, though the days were long in northern Spain in the peak of summer, I think we were there on solstice week, there was just this small window of time when to me the sun was just perfect. So very early in the morning in this end of day hours where I was always racing to get just that right moment. And so much about this experience was just the act of seeing and having time to slow down and look at things and to feel. You know, one day I got caught in the rain. I stopped at a bus stop just to seek shelter for a moment. And then that bus stop became kind of a daily visit where I would just go and sit on the bench for half an hour and just look. And that's not something one gets to do in normal Los Angeles busy life. And then we segue to the videos. And I think we can just play that. And then when we open up to discussion, I can, you know, further elaborate.
Shall I put the video?
Sí, por favor. I am here. I matter. The first known art making was the handprint. It was a way to identify one's existence in the world, perhaps. A way to say, I am here, and I matter. We all matter, yet oftentimes we are in a huge race against each other, no longer able to function together. Tribes grew to protect and serve each member, but tribalism also creates an us and a them. We are at a point in our history where the divide between the tribes is grand and is growing. It took millions of years to create the earth as we know it, and a small fraction of that time includes human inhabitation. In such little time, we have built and destroyed so much on this planet. There are so many tribal divisions that keep us from working together to make a better place that can sustain us. I am here feeling rather alone in this time I dedicated to feel, to process emotions, to consider the human experience. Nomads followed the cycle of the seasons, moving to find food and shelter. It was a simpler, yet equally difficult life. What drives us as humans now? The need to always have more? We want a bigger house, nicer car, more things. We need to learn to be. I am here today to slow down my mind, to feel. It is not always so easy to change one's course, one's way of being. I have been trained to be productive, as though to sit and contemplate was an act of being lazy, a bad thing. I am taking the time now to investigate how I feel, and it is an uncomfortable place to be, hovering with uncertainty in search of a path. I count. I matter. I am. I'm looking to connect with my fears and define my emotions. I often prefer to be alone, because to be alone means you will not be disappointed in others. To function as a group requires much trust and forgiveness. I am aware that to seek solitude is a comfort to me, but also an escape from reality. Is that healthy? As I contemplate my fears and my guilt, I understand I am angry that as a society we are collectively irresponsible with our earth. We can easily blame big business, but as individuals, we are also a part of the problem. A better world starts with me. How do I become the change I want to see in others? Can I live with greater tolerance, yet guide humanity to be aware of the imminent crisis that could spell the end of our existence? Is there some way to tread softly, to truly leave no trace in our day-to-day existence? I fear not. We are all in a fight for our own survival. Our national divisions are at root a prehistoric tribalism. If only we could live in a world without borders. Politics are hell. We must return to nature. I need to find my voice, not as a human, but as the pulse of the air, the flow of the water, the growth of the plants. To return to the cycles of the sea and the moon, not the clock. What is the language of these things? Being in solitude in a rural setting helps me tap into these physical sensations. The sound of the surf, the feel of the wind. Can I put it in a box and send it to you? Would you be able to feel it in the same way? I think not. You need to go find it for yourself. To find one's freedom is a personal journey. There is no map, and it takes time. How can we bring the traveler's sense of adventure and discovery back into daily life? Should one become a nomad? Is that one of the reasons early mankind kept moving, just to discover what was around the next corner? I crave to find a renewed sense of excitement and discovery. I don't think one can be truly happy if they never find self-acceptance. So I seek a way to contentment by following a path that takes me to the states, places, and feelings that bring me joy, and avoid turning down roads that lead to disappointment. Can one really control the journey of life so precisely? I will choose to turn toward nature, to cast aside the urban and commercial chaos that gives me angst, to live more simply, to have time to stop and smell the roses, to return to the celebration of the senses. I will explore the acts of seeing, touching, feeling, and listening. How can I share these experiences with others? It is not so easy to box up sensations and present them in such a way that others can experience them, because what moves me may not bring the same emotion to you. Life is funny that way. We are all drawn to the hills and valleys of life from different paths. And while I may be high, you may be low. Will we ever meet on the mountaintop together at the same time to feel the collective, aha, I have found the epiphany of my emotional search? Do we even want to be there at the same time? I am not so sure we do. The path I am on, seeking my internal peace and wisdom, is a path of my own making. I get to choose the route, and perhaps only I will know when I have arrived. There will be no road signs alerting me when I have reached my final destination. And ultimately, of course, life is a never-ending journey until it ceases completely. Yes, there is a finite terminus, and it may not be as far away as we wish it were. On more than one occasion, I have sat at the bedside to watch a loved one slip off the path of their life. It is a horrible thing to watch. Nobody really likes to admit this, but the act of dying is cruel, is ugly, and often not as peaceful as we wish to believe. And these moments are firmly planted in my memory and serve as a warning sign, big, flashing yellow lights reminding me that my time here is short and the time is now to get up, to get going, and to live life fully, without regrets, while I still can, because I am here, and I matter. So the video seemed a little choppy on the Zoom, but I think you all get the general idea. And really, it was just about the experience of slowing down and being present in the moment that I think was very powerful to me. And the body of work will lead to, what do I do next is going to develop out of the work I created in Spain.
Many thanks, Shane. Really, many, many thanks. Really, we are, we feel really proud of you and Christina and all artists, and we are very, very happy to share with the other artists your work. So if you don't want to say anything else, we can open the microphones to the rest of the people. Let me see. Well, we are all together here. We have chats. Well, I don't know if anyone would like to comment something to Christina, to Shane, or to add something to them. Please let us know, hang in your hands or just sending a message. Marisa, okay, Marisa, come on.
Hello, Christina. I'm so happy to see you. And I'm very emotional to see you and your work again. And well, I love this. We had such a wonderful time. So I'm so happy to see you. I was so looking forward to see you. And Jane, I loved your work, and I think you expressed all the feelings that when you got to yes, I mean your expectations and all the emotions. You explained it so well. The idea of opening your heart. The same thing happened to me. I was trying to think of something, and when I finally found out that the best was not to think and just to let go, I really had a wonderful time. And with Andrea and Gabriel, they are absolutely amazing, guiding all the artists. And well, I just want to thank you so much. It's so nice to see you. So nice to meet you, Jane, and to see you, Christina. So all my love.
Yes. Our experience was a little bit different to Jane's in that it was 1 week of deep immersion from really early in the morning to night, with going to a restaurant in the middle of the day to eat amazing food and drink wine. But by the end of the week, we were family, and it was just so supportive. And yeah, it was just unlike any other creative experience that I've had. And we've all created really, really special bonds, and can't wait to create and connect again. And yeah, it's made an impact that's ricocheted through my life and will continue to ricochet through the rest of my life, honestly.
Thank you.
The same thing. Thank you.
Amy. Hi, Amy. How are you?
How are you?
Good. It's so good to see you. And congratulations to both of you. Really, just it's so meaningful. It was bringing tears to my eyes. Just, it's like, oh, you both have that same connection that I had when I was there. And it's so wonderful to have these talks and get to hear all of the various experiences that we as residents all had, because it's so deeply emotive, and it came through in both of your works so beautifully. And I just want to thank you for sharing that with us, and thank you for touching me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy. Amy will be one of the following artists to share, as well as Marisa, their work in a very short future. So we let you know about the schedule. So who else?
Two messages from Sylvia to Shane and to Christina. Congratulations. Your work beautifully described the complexity of the world, the magical Cantabria power, said Sylvia.
Sylvia Maldini. And Stanislaw Kaminsky said, congratulations on your beautiful and insightful works. Congratulations, say Julia Garcia Lopez. Congratulations to the artists, and many thanks to us for sharing this moment. Patricia Canedo, thank you. I cannot see Patricia, but it must be by there. So we are receiving some messages written. Patricia is hanging your hand. Yes, Patricia.
We cannot see you.
Turn on your yes, microphone.
And camera.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if I can do it.
Yes.
Can you see me?
No.
No.
Sorry, but you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't allow me. But anyway, it's so inspiring. I want to thank you. First, I want to thank you, Andrea, Juan, and Gabriel. You are fantastic doing these things. And you know what's so important? It really touched me. Both artists' work is amazing. The marriage, and then something that Jane mentioned about the pace of life that we have these days. And being in the United States, I understand what it means. I think it's all over the world, but obviously in some places it seems that you need to pause. And this is inspiring. This work bring us to understand the connection that we have with nature and with word, that sometimes we forget about it. And that other moment of thinking that we are not here eternally, that this is the moment for us in life and we need to enjoy it. Plus, the landscape is amazing. I think we need to think about these wonderful places. It's great work, and thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you to the artist as well.
You're welcome, and thank you very much to you.
Many thanks, Patricia, for your words. They mean a lot to us, really. And we are, as we said before, we are very proud of the work they had done here. They work in general, but we feel really very moved with the work they develop here. Meredith said, yes.
No.
Okay. Meredith.
Hola, everybody.
Hi.
So nice to meet everyone. And I'm signing in from the mountains in Southwest Colorado. so far from the Cantabrian Sea that I miss so much. Anyway, my husband and Jorge and I met Andrea and Gabriel in the fall of 2021, and we've gotten together several times over in Santander. And while I haven't done a residency with them, I look forward to doing one in the future. And I loved seeing both of the artists' work, and just beautiful. Christina, your work is so poetic and just visually just beautiful. And Jane, your photos are really stunning, just really great. So thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you to you. But I don't know if Jane and Christina would like to say something.
I think my biggest takeaway is that I want to come back. You know, there are so
great.
The mentorship they provide was just really helped me push to make better work. And I think I didn't begin the conversation by saying, in no way am I a filmmaker. I have no experience doing video and video editing. So it took me quite some time to come home and learn the programs and such. So that was pretty much my first foray into making a video. So I appreciate your patience with that one.
No,
You're
it's
amazing.
not passion, it's passion.
Yeah. May,
Are you
do you
there?
want to
I'm here. That's me.
Okay.
yes, please tell your message to the artist.
Yes, well, I'm from Los Angeles too. I am very familiar with Jane's work. I've always been a big fan of her work and just find her photography, you know, really very arresting and just filled with emotion. So I just wanted to ask both Jane and Christina. And Christina, I really thought that your wild woman really spoke to me, and I'm sure to everybody here. But I have a question, and that is that being in such a place where you're surrounded with this kind of very primal nature, you know, it's just so those images that you showed us were just so incredible. And then this connection to early man, and then the work that you did, you know, with this kind of mentorship, in what way did it change your practice later? In what way what did you take take back with you in terms of any changes or additions to your practice? Does that make sense? I hope that question was not too long-winded.
Yeah, well, for me, like, I feel like a lot of the other works that I've created have come from a research-based place. You know, I've done work on sex trafficking and climate change, and so much like scientific research or research about the issues. And then I would try and like come up with these ideas of layers and metaphors and how it can all be pieced together. And it's all quite heady. And coming to Cantabria and, you know, already sort of like ruminating on certain ideas, you know, or preconceived notions about, you know, these ancient women and these like environments and different, you know, metaphors that I could create relating to women in the world today, and just letting all of that go. And when you're in this kind of immersive environment, you're like out of the city, you know, you've gone to this really special, incredible place, getting out of your head, just how important it is just to let go, you know, like these fears of, oh, it has to be good, it has to be interesting, it has to, you know, connect. But when you're trying to do that, and this came up quite a lot, when you're trying to be interesting, it's just not as authentic. Whereas if you're actually interested in this place and looking around and letting it soak in and in your senses and feeling like what comes through, it's actually such an easier way to work, because it just happened. Like the choreography would happen, the deep emotions would just be there, and the way that my work linked together wasn't anything that I'd actually tried to work out how this was all going to link. It just happened that way, and it was this kind of deep, like, transformational healing activation for me throughout these days. And it was, you know, it was like being open to this environment and these energies, and then it, yeah. And so I've been really trying to bring that back to my life, and you know, want to bring that into my future creative work as well, and my work as an artist and as an actor, and yeah, so that's it's a different way of working, but it is actually just so much easier. And I feel like that translates to life in so many ways too, you know, when you just kind of let go of it and you get out of your head and you just trust more in yourself and your body and your, you know, intuitive hits, and let yourself feel things and try to like let go of how to control things, and the magic is just there.
And I think for me, I had a similar experience. I'm also think of myself as a conceptual artist, and my work is always driven by the ideas. And I also, you know, I hadn't done anything with self-portraiture for at least 8 years. So that wasn't my default go-to of taking pictures of myself. That said, I think of every project I make is self-portraiture, even if it's a photograph of an object. Ultimately, I'm always talking about my experience in the world. So being in that space and turning the camera on myself was really a leap for me, and is something that will influence my work moving forward, is really to, if I'm talking about my experience in the world, to actually insert myself into the imagery in some way, I think is something I'm going to look into further. And then another thought about the early mankind, I had been to Mexican Mayan temples. I'd seen things that were thousands of years old. I thought I had seen history, and I realized how naive and ill-informed I was to go to these caves in Spain that were just 20,000, 40,000 years of mark making, signs of inhabitation from 100,000 years ago. I mean, just absolutely blew my mind. And I think that thought process helped me understand how small I am in the world. But that's okay. And it also was really sort of influenced my thinking of like, look how small of amount of time we are, modern civilization on the planet, and the amount of damage we've done in 100 years, compared to the life of human inhabitation, was horrifying and startling. And I think that's a lot of my recent work has been about nature, has been about our impact on nature. So again, being there sort of segued to the ideas, but it made me even more devastatingly clear cut of what we're doing to our planet. When we think about, you know, 10s and 20s and 40,000 years of inhabitation, how small our moment of time right now is having such a catastrophic change on the earth.
Yeah, thank you. It's very it's wonderful to see work that's so organic. You don't see that where it just comes so organically, and sometimes, often, well, most of the times, that's so powerful.
Thank you. Thank you for being here too, May. It's lovely to see you today.
Good to see you too.
Thank you, May.
Thank you, really, May. Well, Meredith said, sorry, she left. Say hello, goodbye to you. But we don't have, I think, other messages. Well, I don't know if somebody else would like to share some thoughts or some questions, or make some questions for anything else. Janet is
Janet?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Oh, should I? Oh, I adored both of your pieces. They were so beautiful, and it was very emotional for me to watch too. You really were able to share that that emotion, the connection you were having, and I guess I'm curious, like how it informs your life coming back to Los Angeles, or how you acclimate after having such a stunning, exquisite landscape and supportive artist family. Like, was it a little brutal coming back to Los Angeles?
I can answer that question very quickly. Realtor.com. How the heck do I get out of LA?
I'm planning the same thing too.
I'm super aware of how, you know, fortunately where I live in LA, I live within the boundaries of the National Forest, but I want more nature. You know, I've been saying that for a decade, and it just speeds up the timeline for me.
Yes.
And I'm contemplating a move to Europe and spending more time around Spain and areas like that as well. Yeah.
I think sometimes happens that the process is too deep during those days, that it's not only the connection with nature, it's the connection with oneself. And it's make a lot of movements. So the change is anyway, I think.
Yeah, I've brought the original women with me.
Yes,
Yeah.
for
And,
sure,
yeah.
and forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And just I've been feeling just so much more grounded, more connected. Like what happened there was really a really real integrative healing experience. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Well, somebody else? I think, well, I don't know, Christina and Shane, if you would like to
Please.
To say anything else, just
Please.
to finish.
Just thank you so much for the experience. I'm going to take everything that I learned in just this emotional content that I had in the experience with me. And Christina, check your emails. I'm going to send you a message after this. So I'm super glad that she and I had a chance to connect here in Los Angeles. I think advantage of residencies like this is that we just become one extended family. And that the networks that are created between artists, I know will be relationships that we take forward with us. And I know that certainly we will hopefully amongst all of ourselves be exhibiting together in the future and sharing opportunities with each other.
For sure.
Yeah, we've all stayed in touch, and one of the artists, Anna, who was, you know, part of that week, has spent time in LA, and we did a performance piece together, a video, which we're going to bring out and exhibit soon. And yeah, we're all going to stay in touch and create, and I'm just so honored to have been a part of this whole experience. And yes, there's just no words for it. It's just, yeah, thank you so much.
We think that we gather the artists and create this very small community on the that we are in contact all the time with the other artists and the artists in between them. So it's very nice, because for the future, there could be more works together and more connections in between all the artists. So it's just the beginning.
Gracias por todo.
Absolutely. We have another message from Grace Bajala saying wonderful, you have a wonderful works. Also from Marcela Luna, thank you for, well, I had to translate at the same time, so it's not easy to share this very movement process and projects and artistic process with nature. And well, we are see her very soon because she is coming. So Stanislav would like to ask a question, please. Yes.
Yes, hello, and thank you very much for sharing your works. They are very, 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 very moving. I'm really amazed by the range of themes you are espousing in your work. But I have a question more about the residency itself, the way it functions, because yeah, I'm gonna take a part in it, and don't want to be taken by surprise. How do you live in a place like this? How does the creative process work, and how do you interact with other artists that are taking part in the residency? Like, are you communally sharing your ideas or something like that? Like, I would like to know how it works.
Okay, first I would like to explain that we have 3 different programs, and Christina participated in one program that it was totally different from Shane's program. Shane was here in the house. We are now in the house in the art residency program, and Christina participated in Art in the Origin. That is an experience of 9 days. So. And Christina stayed in a hotel, not in the house. So there are different programs that we have. So the experience for them, I suppose they will be different, but for sure they will explain you.
I
can. Please, Stanislav is going to come here very soon in April, and please just a little no explain a lot, because we should surprise him. No spoiling, please.
If I can answer, is he doing the residency in the house?
Yes.
Yes.
Stanislav, feel free to message me on Facebook or Instagram or email by my website, and we can answer some questions, but I won't tell you anything. But the bottom line is, don't worry, just show up, open your heart, open your mind. The only questions I will answer is like, where's a good place to get groceries?
That's
keep in
great.
mind, yes,
That's a
things
great
like
information.
that's what Christina had been before me. So I think I reached out to her, and it's like, is there anything special I should bring? Those are the kind of questions I think are okay to ask. How your work is going to be, we're not going to talk about that because you need to get there and experience it. I know that when I stayed in the house, there was only one other artist. Somebody else had not been able to show up. So it was just 2 of us. Both of us, I think, were a little bit of loners. So that was an okay size. But we would have communal dinners together sometimes and talk about the projects. But really, to me, this was a time of being alone and thinking about your own work and making your own work. And the best part of the program is, it wasn't every night, but almost nightly, we would have a group meeting, talk about your ideas. How is the work developing? Nobody's telling you what to make, but they might say, well, why are you doing this instead of that? They might ask you questions about the direction you're heading. I think starting the work by just writing, keeping a journal, and that journal became the content of my audio text. Again, I'm not a writer, I'm not a video maker, but allowing yourself to let things develop as you go is very helpful. But like I said, feel free to message me. Keep in mind, when we were there, I didn't have a car. So one day I think I walked 14 miles, and it was great. Just walking and seeing and being. And if you need groceries, go here, go there. But pretty much doing it all on foot and just being in the moment was what it's about.
Thank you very much.
And where are you coming from?
Oh, I'm from Poland.
Okay.
So
Well, your English is great. Send me a message. We'll chat.
thank you very much. I will.
Well, I don't know if enough for you, Stanislav, or...
Oh, yes, I totally understand the wish not to spoil my experience. Yes, but I was interested about the community aspect of the residency, because I got a little bit sense of alienation from your video, and I was wondering if you were there sharing a community and exchanging your different perspectives and supporting each other in these feelings that were clearly very overwhelming, I feel. And I was wondering if you had this like support group in there, or were you like a bit alone, solitary?
It's both. It's both. And I think that being alone and solitary helps you tap into those emotions. But I think every group will be different. Every collection of people are going to have different dynamics. Like I said, both myself and my partner were kind of quiet, stay by ourselves people. And that was a choice we made. We could have probably gone more places together if we wanted, but we were focusing on our work. But coming together at the end of every evening was the time that we would talk about ideas and things. Moan and complain like this is hard, or I'm not getting it, or I don't understand. I mean, yes, we had that supportive communication together.
Yes, and I think also, Stanislaw, the first days will be very important, as they mentioned many times today, in connection or in relation to the visit to the caves with rock art. So that will change everything that you have in your mind now. So it will be a switch that changed everything. So don't worry.
Thank you very much.
The first couple of days.
And we'll be very close to you,
all the time,
supporting and guiding and everything. Don't worry.
The first few days were spent on field trips. So we went as a group to, you know, the first 3 days, I think we went to the caves together. We would have a lunch together. So you're not alone and isolated. You're going to be fine.
For sure, for sure. We have some messages from Todd, Szabo. I don't know if Todd would like to talk directly.
Another message from
Janet.
And Andrew has Andrew.
Yes.
Want to say something.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. I don't know.
Andrew.
I cannot see them. So Todd, Andrew, or Jeanette, are you there? If you'd like to share something.
It's complicated because of the sound.
You know what? He's sitting in the room here, so I don't think we can have the sound on at the same time.
Okay.
But he's
okay.
It's my husband, and he's grateful I had this amazing experience. And
Okay. So Todd says, thank you for sharing your space, country, ideas, and history with Shane, and for making her slow down, just experience. And I can tell you that she was truly inspired and rejuvenated. I don't know how to pronounce it from this trip. Okay, thank you. And I'm serious to have missed the incredible beauty and history of the area. Salute. Okay, many thanks, Todd. We'll be waiting for you here for sure.
Whenever you want.
And Jeanette, I don't know if Jeanette is there.
No.
No. Okay. Well, as Jeanette says, thanks for inviting me. It's nice to be connected. Christina, I was happy to see your performance. If I collaborated with you, I would be rolling around in the pine needles and feeling the rough rock. Shane, you are very demanding, and your voice carries that to me. I have to go, but thank you, Jeanette. Okay, many thanks. Yes, okay, Jeanette is left. Well, what else?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't know if someone else would like to say anything else. I think we are closing this wonderful meeting. We are very, very happy. Many thanks, Christina. Many thanks, Shane. We are very, very happy. And many thanks to all the artists and people who share their thoughts, their ideas and open their hearts. Many thanks really for all.
And ladies, we love you. Thank you very much again.
Te amo, gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Gracias, Cristina.
Gracias.
And let's continue. We are very, very happy and very, very moved with your work. Really. Thank you.
Thank you for everybody to attend and listen. It was a pleasure to share our work with you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Until the
Bye.
next.